all. I'm pleased to announce that we have more than 475 registration from across the nation for the webinar. And right now we have 101 attendees, and I am sure that they will join shortly. I'm thankful to all the participants for showing interest and join the webinar. At the outset, I am thankful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor K.R.S. Sambasiva Rao, for his constant motivation and support for organizing such activities in the university. I extend my sincere thanks to our respected head of the department and convener of this webinar, Professor H. Malswamy, for her guidance and support. The topic for today's webinar is Integrated Teacher Education Program, Challenges and Possibilities. ITEP was launched in October 2021 by NCTE. It is a 4-year dual degree program, and it is a new launch by NCT. So every new program face certain challenges and bring new possibilities. So this is a prime time to have deliberations on such a relevant topic. We are very privileged to have an eminent resource person to enlighten us on challenges and possibilities of ITEP. We have with us Professor Sarika Sharma, Director IQAC, Central University of Haryana, Dean and Head, School of Education, Central University of Haryana. We are very thankful to you, Madam, for accepting our invitation and spare time for the program despite your busy schedule. Now I invite our HOD and convener of the webinar, Professor H. Malswamy, for her welcome address. Ma'am, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Pooja. So good evening to all of you, and warm greetings on behalf of the Department of Education. Today, the Department of Education, Mizoram University, is organizing this national webinar on Integrated Teacher Education Program, Challenges and Possibilities. Now, as we all know, the Education Ministry has notified a 4-year Integrated Teacher Education Program, that is ITEP. This program involves a dual major holistic bachelor's degree offering BA BEd, BSc BEd, and BCom BEd, which is one of the major mandates of the National Education Policy 2020.
Actually, our HOD ma'am has disconnected, so she will join shortly. So you can unmute yourself. I don't know, ma'am. We have the campus connect. In my room, it's absolutely okay, but in madam room, I think some problem is there. She's trying.
And there is no need to introduce me. Let me give some like reflection on the work which I have done in this area.
Yeah,
and
there is a big problem.
Yeah, I can understand. At least you can hear me. So my greetings to each and everyone, Department of Education, Mizoram University, and heartfelt thanks to the head of the department and the organizers, especially Dr. Pooja, keeps on contacting with me time to time and taking the time from me. Although I'm not very much busy, but still now to give a lecture on an online mode, I really feel that if it could be in an offline mode, so it may give some more impact, because everything is now converted into offline. So, but still I am enjoying this online, and I feel that I'm there in the Mizoram University. So thank you very much for taking this initiative. Recently, NCTE has announced, as Madam has Professor has rightly said, that notified to apply for Integrated Teacher Education Program. And this is a biggest concern across the country, that how to start this Integrated Teacher Education Program. This is one of an important mandate of National Education Policy 2020. I think I'll share my screen also at this point of time. So I'll speak very few words about this National Education Integrated Teacher Education Program. And I work for integrated B.Ed and M.Ed program at NCTE while preparing its guidelines and while preparing the syllabus actually. So it is very much aligned to that, but there is a lot of difference between which I have prepared for integrated program like BSc B.Ed or BA B.Ed, which is already running in some of the institutions. very few of the institutions and many of the private institutions which are offering this teacher education program. So we need to understand what this integrated teacher education program, what are the challenges and possibilities. So we will first of all try to understand what integrated teacher education program, then we come about the challenges and possibilities, means what we have to do in integrated teacher education program in terms of infrastructure, in terms of internal resources, where human resources and material resources involved. So when we come to know that these are the areas where we have to work, and what are the areas where we can easily work, and what are the areas where it is difficult to work, or we need to establish a big infrastructure, so then we will talk about what the challenges and possibilities are there. So this program aims at preparing the teacher for foundational, preparatory, middle and secondary stage as per the new school structure of National Education Policy 2020. So we need to understand, we need to read this document again and again. Many of the people has read this document again and again, but they keep on thinking that they have understand this document completely. But as per my understanding, whenever I read this document, I found something new. So again and again, attending these kind of seminars, lectures, or reading this document really help each and everyone for establishing this integrated teacher education program at their institution. There are some criteria which is being defined. मेरे सामने मेरा paper है. Some criteria is being also defined by NCTE and Government of India, like who can apply for this. The institution who is having NEC accreditation number 1, and then they have given 20 points. If we qualify these 20 points, means 20 out of 20 nahi hoga, but if we qualify at their parameter, then certainly we have, our institution must have accredited with NEC, and there are some points are given. If you have A++, then 8 points will be given, A+, then 7, A, then 6. So Central University of Haryana has got A grade, so we will get 6 points. And then NIRF ranking, and then institution running successfully for 5 or more than 5 years. So these were the criteria. Presently, out of 20, we are getting only 10 marks, 10 points. I don't know whether in the screening process of NCTE we will be qualifying to start this integrated teacher education program. Apart from that, most of the people are thinking that it is very difficult to start integrated teacher education program, but how it is difficult they really don't know. They just would like to say that a lot of infrastructure, a lot of human resources are there, is required essentially. So we will discuss one by one that what it is, what is the requirement, what are the pros and cons of this integrated teacher education program, and how the people, how the society, how our nearby community will be benefited of it. So the program aims at preparing the teachers for foundational, preparatory, middle and secondary stage as per the new school structure of NEP 2020, and it will ensure that outstanding students enter in the teaching profession. So this question, this blue color where I have written, it will ensure that outstanding students enter the teaching profession. Since beginning, teaching profession was thinking as a need-based teaching profession. It is not a choice-based, means that everyone who joined teaching profession as a last choice. Many of the teachers, most of the teachers, or almost everyone, those who have completed their this graduation program and master's program, and they're not getting job and they're willing to do the job, then they start thinking that let us go for a course of B.Ed program. And at that time, the B.Ed was a 1-year program. And since then, this is the concern that हम teacher नहीं बनना चाहते थे, लेकिन हम teacher ban gaye, koi aur job nahi mili. I don't want to be a teacher, but because I didn't get any other job. So I want to be an engineer, and I got selected in engineering, and I'm engineer. I want to be a doctor, and I got selected in medical profession, so I'm a doctor. So this new National Education Policy 2020 speaks about that everyone will say that I want to be a teacher, and I got selected in this integrated teacher education program, and now I am a teacher. Means by choice you go in this teacher education program. So once you enter in this integrated teacher education program, then you will think of that, yes, I have to be a teacher. Even if you don't want to be a teacher, after 3 years means your choice will, you can redefine your choice, and you can have a kind of exit system. So this is there in the National Education Policy 2020. And so it says that it will ensure that outstanding students, outstanding or meritorious students must enter in the teaching profession, because teachers are teaching at school level, and we are preparing the future doctors or engineers or many of the professions. So a student undergoing this course will be grounded in Indian values, languages, knowledge, ethos, tribal traditions, and also well versed in the latest advancement in education and pedagogy. Initially, you also can, if you recall or revisit your history, you could find out that only we teacher education institutions are teaching our teacher trainees for the pedagogy. Means we teach them how to teach into the classroom. But in other subjects, nowhere it is found that the engineers, those who are in teaching profession, or medical doctors, those who are in teaching profession, or advocates, those who are in teaching profession, are getting or understanding or learning the pedagogy of their subject. Means they do not know how to teach in a very systematic manner. By trial and error, by practice, they become start teaching in a systematic manner. But at a very initial stage, while entering in the very first class of their life in the teaching profession, they do not have a systematic pedagogy to teach. But this program will help them, help each and everyone to understand the education latest advancement and the pedagogy, that how to teach into the classroom. So this course caters to the need of 21st century skill, and this course will be of three types, and students can undertake either BA BEd, BSc BEd, or BCom BEd. So these are the basic areas where we can discuss about what this integrated teacher education program is. A 4-year integrated teacher education program is a milestone achievement in fulfilling one of the major mandate of National Education Policy 2020. The course will contribute substantially to the revitalization of the whole teacher education sector. The prospective teachers passing out of this course through a multidisciplinary environment grounded in Indian values and traditions will be installed with the needs of 21st century on global standards, and hence will be largely helpful in shaping the future of new India. So integrated teacher education program to enhance the teacher profession in the country. Candidates who want to pursue this program should pass class 12th with 50% marks in it. And the integrated teacher education program is a 4-year program that includes 8 semesters, inclusive of field-based experiences, teaching practices, and internship. In some cases, the maximum period to complete the program may be extended up to 6 years. The program incorporates general studies, which comprises mathematics and science, social sciences and humanities, and also professional studies comprising perspectives in education or other education courses like curriculum and pedagogy of school subjects and practicum related to the task and functions of a school teacher. Whatever we teach presently in the B.Ed program, all these are being incorporated in this teacher education program in a very, very systematic manner. So as per the council ITEP, it aims in preparing committed, responsible and professional teachers for the nation. At the very initial stage, it becomes difficult to execute it, but later on it will not be difficult to execute. And this program will be offered in arts and sciences stream. As far as the admission criteria will be, of course, based on the merit basis, or maybe certain kind of entrance test will be taken. So integrated teacher education program imbibes some of the best practices of the teacher education in the world and aims to bring about a qualitative change in preparation of teachers for the school system. An integrated teacher education program is a 4 years where science, arts and commerce stream will be there, and everything is being responsible and professional teachers to be committed. Means these professional teachers will be committed for the cause of the society, for the cause of preparing the school teachers, which we call as a teacher trainees. So this program is intended to result in a paradigm shift in a teacher preparation. Why it is called as a paradigm shift? Because by choice the person will enter into the program, maybe after studying the 3 years, or he would like to exit and he would like to do his master's program later on. So the curriculum for this 4-year integrated program is designed inculcating the world's best practices in the field of teacher education sector. And this is initially, we used to call it as a practice teaching or teaching practice. We used to call it as a practice teaching, but now we have changed it into an internship. Since this 2 years B.Ed program has come, means like engineering students are going for internship, medical students are going for internship, and their labs are supposed to be a practicing lab or a field work. So why not the students or teacher trainees who are going to school, we can call it as an internship. So it values the content which we are asking them to do there. So this is a specialized course with intrinsic integration of pedagogy and content, along with a sustained engagement with liberal disciplines of knowledge and field of education. What are these liberal disciplines? English, Hindi, math, science, social science. These are the liberal disciplines. So integration with these liberal discipline of knowledge and field of education. So opportunities for vertical mobility of teachers is also visualized through this program. This program integrates general studies comprising mathematics and sciences, social sciences and humanities, and also professional studies comprising perspectives in education, the other course education courses, curriculum and pedagogy of school subjects, and practicum related to the task and functions of a school teacher. So it maintains a balance between theory and practice and ensure a coherence and integration among the various components of the program. It is expected to equip the aspirant school teachers with the requisite attitude, skills, and knowledge to address the challenges of becoming an effective school teacher. We know that when we teach about Bloom's taxonomy, we could find out that knowledge, understanding, application, analysis, synthesis, these are the basic skills. These are the basic domains of Bloom's taxonomy. So now other departments are also started thinking in these directions, and most of the things has been taken in National Education Policy 2020 from this Bloom's taxonomy as it is, or somewhere in a improvised manner. So now I would like to discuss about what is there actually the need and requirement of the society, of the country, which which we need to incorporate in integrated teacher education program, and then we will come for the challenges and issues and how to meet out these challenges and issues. First of all, we could see that this is there in the knowledge of India. Say aisa diya hai, this is a government document from where I have taken that how to incorporate all these components into integrated teacher education program. You can see that sometimes there is a letter came from the UGC and they says that incorporate road safety in your curriculum, incorporate environmental education in your curriculum, incorporate sports related, health related, and many other items they ask us to incorporate. But on the other hand, you will find out that our syllabus is too big. How to incorporate all these as a core paper? Then if we add it in a optional paper, then it is difficult. Some students may not be taking environmental education. Then how do they understand about environmental education, what environmental education is? Then it is again difficult if some students will not take inclusive education. So many of the papers we need to make it compulsory as a core paper. And then what we did, that we make it as a 2 credit course, छोटा छोटा capsule courses बना दिए, 2 credit course, 1 credit course, ऐसा करके कुछ we have prepared. So this was the, so I'll just read out, and you can also read it one by one, that video documentaries on inspirational luminaries of India in science and beyond. So these kind of documentaries we need to prepare. So every student will get certain kind of assignments in group or in solo. So this could be incorporated without mentioning all these things. Means while teaching, while taking up that subject, say it is a 4-year integrated program. So at the very first year, if the student is studying about science, like physics, chemistry, or life science, and then 1 course of teacher education program, ऐसा कुछ होगा. So what it will happen, this, if the student is studying physics, then he should know that who is the greatest physicist, who are the Nobel laureates in the field of physics. So their documentaries, showing their documentaries for the subject, then they will get certain kind of inspiration. Means we need to collect the documentaries of the people who are the Nobel laureates, or who have done something good, who has done something invention in different fields. It is not only in the science but in the humanities also people has done a marvelous work. In the Bloom's, we could see that Bloom is now accepted worldwide, everywhere. You will find its taxonomy, and its taxonomy is taken into consideration at a very high level. So we can think of that the humanities field, you can find out various different kinds of Nobel laureates and other people. So this video documentaries will certainly motivate. So how to show it, how to incorporate it, this is now a question. Then students will be given a logical framework for making ethical decisions at a very young age. So when the student is entering into a graduation, they need to understand that how to take ethical decisions at that particular point of time. In the later years, expanded along the themes of cheating, violence, plagiarism, littering, tolerance, equality, empathy. So these all things needs to be discussed in advance with the students, so that they will not copy their literature, they will not indulge themselves in any kind of violence related activities. Nowadays the system is being changed, so society's mood is totally changed, and student unrest is, you can find a student unrest everywhere. There could be any of the reason for the student unrest. Say I'm having a mobile phone of 10,000 rupees, it works for me. If a student is getting a 10,000 rupees mobile, then after using few months, if he don't want this mobile, He want that 20,000 he want to spend, then he want to spend 30,000, and this process goes on, and then he keeps a mobile phone of 1 lakh rupees, and then he will feel very proud that this 1 lakh rupees mobile costing is really good for me. And how to get that big amount of mobile phone is a kind of challenge to that child, and then the child will indulge himself into something non good practicing activities like violence, like many of the things in which he may involve himself to earn the money. No, not earn money, to take the money or to stole the money. So these are the things we need to make them understand. We need to make them satisfied with what they are actually having, all these things, whether these things are usable for them or not, or whether the things are durable or not. So when we copy our literature from one place to another place and write our name in that in that document, then certainly it will comes under plagiarism. So we need to make them understand that how to avoid the plagiarism. Means you copy the item and then you change the language is not the actual teaching. How to write the original thought in the document, this we have to teach actually, that how to develop original thoughts and how to get pen them there. And national education policy also speaks about the languages, like if the child is not able to express his views in English language or in any of the language, he can express his views in his own language, and that is being acceptable by each and every person in the university system or outside the university system. That has to be accepted. Then so many examples related to tolerance, equality, empathy can be seen. So traditional Indian values and all basic humans and constitutional values will be developed in all the students, which we have discussed in the very first slide, that at every stage, whatever the stage is, we need to teach our student in such a manner that they will respect our traditional values, they will have our constitutional values, and these values could be developed among the students. First of all, we will develop among the teachers, and then how to teach into the classroom. And that is why the schools and colleges are keep on celebrating their cultural events, their festivals, their languages, and their different things which they can celebrate of their particular area. In this Central University where I'm sitting, we used to celebrate Holi, Diwali, Dashera, and Lohri. So these are the, but apart from that, we used to celebrate Durga Puja also, where the West Bengal people are celebrating. And of course, North India, some of the North Indians are also celebrating this festival. Then Ugadi, this is from Kerala side, the people are celebrating. So we are also celebrating all these festivals. Why celebrating all these festivals? To establish, to keep continuing our Indian culture, our values and systems. Many of the places you will find that if the Holi festival come, or if any festival come, they just prepare variety of food items at home. The ladies are preparing variety of food items, their children are also involved in that, their husbands are also involved, all the family members are involved in preparing that food item. But at many cities, the families are taking it as an alibi that both the husband and wives are working, so it is very difficult to prepare all the food items. Let us buy from the outside. So how to continue that tradition? People do not understand that how to continue the tradition without celebrating, or if some places it is celebrating ready-madely, then the effect of inculcating that cultural value among them, of celebrating the festival, defeated. It will not go forward, it will not pass on to their kids, and then from their kids to another kid, because every time it will be in a changed form, in a modified form. The way my mother was preparing the things, maybe I'm not preparing the things in that way, and the way I'm preparing my children may not be preparing in that way, or it will be in a modified way, and slowly and gradually the values of Indian culture or tradition or celebrating the kind of the festival defeated. And one point of time, the time will come that we will not celebrate it at all, and we just celebrate online most of the things, or we can see the videos which is there. And at times it comes that if we says that Diwali, Holi is a festival where we used to prepare a different kind of sweet which is named as a gunjia. So at a certain point of time, my kids will be thinking or saying that what gunjia, why it is a sweet, so we can eat any kind of sweet, why only gunjia we eat it in Holi festival, and why it is so difficult to prepare, why it is essential to prepare at home also. So these kind of questions may arise in their mind, and they will satisfy themselves by using the word that okay, let us buy from the shops, and we will not prepare it. And why only gunjia, why we cannot prepare some other thing, other sweet item, when if we have to take that sweets only. So this transfer of culture tradition is very essential. Then experts, and why we have kept all these items here, what is the need of keeping all these items in integrated teacher education program through National Education Policy 2020? Because it is being observed from many of the years that Indian values, cultures, celebrating the festivals are now becoming very low, and the values are being shattered because there is no attachment with the cultural dress, wearing of cultural dress, and celebrating the things and our constitutional values. So this is one of the items which I would like to discuss here, that we do have a Ministry of Culture where they give training to us that how to teach in the classroom using our cultural activities or cultural like monuments, discussing with the monuments. If it comes into the subject, if it is a mathematics, then we can, if it is a civil engineering, even if it is a science, we can discuss about how these tombs are made and why we are now using this AC and all that cooler to keep cool our room, how the ancient people were using, what is the type of the construction they have made, how this tomb is cool every time. In summers it is very cold, and in winters it is very hot. How the type of a structure they have made, what kind of infrastructure, in infrastructural material they have used. So these all things are there which we need to understand, which we need to revisit, and that training is being given by Ministry of Culture. So anyway, any teacher can attend that program also. So there are some basic trainings in health, mental health, good nutrition, public and public hygiene, disaster response, and first aid is also being included. So you all must know that Vivekanand has died at a very early age, in the age of 36 years. Somewhere it is written 34, somewhere it is written 36, but I think he died in the year 36, at the age of 36. So since last of his life, 2 years of his life, he was on bed, and at that time he has written, exactly he has not written, but he has spoken up, and his disciples has written his words that sports activity is very essential. Health and mental health is very essential. Good nutrition is very essential. And at one point of time, he was suffering from a lot of pain, acute pain in his body, and he then said that if your child is not studying properly, it's okay, but your child's health must be sound. Child must get good nutrition. Child must have a good mental health, sound mental health. Hygiene is to be there so that you can take care of your health. So everyone is required to indulge himself in annual checkup of their health, indulge himself in some of the exercise, the yogic exercises, which is very essential. So because he feel it and so he said, and that thing is being incorporated in this integrated teacher education program, that somewhere it has to be there. But I think the sport activities are very less in this integrated teacher education program, which I have read, which I have understand according to my perception. Then we come to it will be incorporated in an accurate and scientific manner wherever it is relevant, of course, in a knowledge system, including tribal knowledges and indigenous and traditional ways of learning will be covered. So you can understand about, because you are in the state of Manipur, there may have indigenous knowledge and many kind of traditions are there. You know, in earlier time, you will find earlier time means not 100 years back. I also know many of the people at my city. They just touch our nadi and then they tell that what kind of disease I am having. And some few years, 7-8 years back also, I once I went to Amarkantak, and there they have kept one session for an Nadi Vaid, and he just touched my hand and he told that what problems I'm facing presently, what alignments are there in my body. So he immediately said, and it was just kind of miracle. So I asked him, sir, he is a very old man. And then I asked him that what your children are doing, and they might be knowing this technique, and you might have transferred your knowledge to your children. So he said that I have 4 sons, no daughter. So I thought that immediately it comes to my mind that, oh, that's good. So he might have transferred his knowledge to his son. Then he said that no, out of 4, all the 4 are working somewhere else, not there, and they do not want to learn this traditional knowledge. So it is very sad. So I was also surprised to come to know that he cannot even survive with the help of just looking this time. If you go to the if you go to any of the hospital, then we pay the money whatever they ask. Even we do not visit to the doctor, we have to pay the money on the counter, and then we can go to the doctor's room, and then doctor diagnosed, and then we take the medicine. So we pay huge amount. But if we go to the Nadi Vaid, then we do not pay, we do not feel like paying, because we think that there is a touch here, and then how it is possible to know how it is possible. And even if it is a possible, even if the person is benefited, he don't feel like paying like thousands of rupees to that person. So he told that there is a very less money in this profession. So all the 4 sons went out, and they are doing some other kind of services, and one is doing some business, but nobody is interested in learning this, even as a part-time job also. Their children don't want to learn. So I asked him that how you will going to transfer this knowledge, otherwise this knowledge will die when you die. So he said that some of the research scholars of different universities are coming and staying with me, paying a very less amount to me, and they learn, and I'm feeling very happy that I teach them. So this kind of situation is now arises, that indigenous and traditional knowledge is lapses. So we need to regain again our traditional knowledge and indigenous knowledge, and we need to customize all these kind of knowledge, and we need to give respect in terms of the money, in terms of the many other things, in terms of the benefited, and we can also motivate some of the businessmen who can sponsor this kind of indigenous knowledge, you must say. On another point, a very specific course in the tribal ethno-medicinal practices, forest management, traditional crops, cultivation, natural farming, these all things needs to be incorporated in. But you may be thinking how we will teach natural farming. We will not teach natural farming, but we motivate them that this kind of natural farming is very essential, or organic kind of farming is essential. Now, curriculum to include knowledge from ancient India to modern India, as well as a future aspiration. We have already discussed about it. Then scientific explanation of the determinants and damaging effect of alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs will be a part of curriculum. Now, how to teach all these things? Through seminars, conferences, workshops, we can take up these issues. So these are the basic key principles of national education policy, which has to be incorporated in integrated teacher education program. Respect for diversity and local context in all curriculum, pedagogy and policies. Equity and inclusion is there as the cornerstone of all the educational decisions. So inclusion is very essential. Community participation, engagement and facilitation for philanthropic, private and community participation. How this community participation becomes very important for each and everyone, because without community participation, we cannot understand that what are the needs and requirements at a very ground level of that particular the society. So use of technology in teaching and learning, removing language barriers for Divyang students and in educational planning and management. So with the help of the technology, we can do anything and everything. You know, when this Prime Minister of India came into force in the year 2016, at that time, he just forced everyone to establish at a computer lab, technology lab in every institution, in every school, at every corner of the country, so that everyone will be benefited with the use of the technology. And you can see that with the use of this technology, we can survive during the pandemic time. So this kind of pandemic time could become anytime, anywhere, in a very different manner, maybe in this manner, maybe in some another manner, or maybe some another kind of disaster or pandemic could come. And at that time, only technology can help us. So we need to plan in such a way our teaching learning process that the maximum use of technology can be taken into consideration. Then we have emphasized on conceptual understanding. We have already discussed about, rather than the rote learning and learning for exams. There are some unique capabilities, recognizing, identifying the unique students. Means every teacher trainees must be learn how to recognize, how to find it out, the unique capability of the student, so that when they go to the school and teach, then they can guide them that you can go in sciences or arts or humanities or in economics. Many other subjects are there. So they need to know about the recognizing and identifying the unique capability of the student. Then we have a critical thinking and creativity and continuous review. Continuous review through assessment by educational experts. So these are the areas where we have to incorporate in our National Education Policy 2020, and that too in a new education. That too, teacher education is vital in creating a pool of school teachers that will shape the next generation. So teacher preparation is an activity that requires multidisciplinary perspective and knowledge formation for dispositions and values, and development of practice under the best mentors. Now mentoring is also coming here. So teachers must be grounded in Indian values, language, knowledge, ethos, traditional, including tribal traditions, while also being well versed in the latest advancement in the education. You know, the Justice J. Sharma Commission, constituted by the Supreme Court, a majority of standalone teacher education institutions, over 10,000 in number, are not even attempting serious teacher education, but are essentially selling their degrees for prices. Means they are not teaching in that manner which it has to be required. So such kind of words is being used there. So regulatory efforts so far has been neither being able to curb the malpractices in the system nor enforce the basic standards of the quality, and in fact have had a negative effect of curbing the growth of excellence and innovation in the sector of teacher education. So the regulatory systems are therefore in urgent need to revitalization through a radical action in order to raise standards and restore integrity, credibility, efficacy, and high quality to the teachers in the education system. And in order to improve and reach the level of the integrity and credibility required to restore the prestige of the teaching profession, the regulatory system shall be empowered to may take stringent action against substandard and die-functioning teacher education institutions that do not meet the basic educational criteria after giving 1 year for remedy of the breaches. So by 2030, only educationally sound, multidisciplinary and integrated teacher education program shall be in force. 2030 तक का time मिला है. So now it is 2022 and in the year 2023, it is going to start integrated teacher education program with the sound, multidisciplinary and integrated, which is multidisciplinary and integrated in nature. So our teacher education program requires multidisciplinary inputs and education in high quality context as well as pedagogy. All teacher education program must be conducted within the composite multidisciplinary institution. We need to understand that what this composite is. To this end, the multidisciplinary universities and colleges will aim to establish education department which, besides carrying out cutting edge of resources in various aspects of education, will also run the B.Ed program in collaboration with the departments such as psychology, philosophy, sociology, or Indian languages, arts, music, history, literature, physical education, sciences, mathematics, many more subjects are there. However, all standalone teacher education institution will require to convert to multidisciplinary institution by 2020. And then you will find that there will be a big competition between the established teacher education program and the newly converted standalone program into multidisciplinary. So a 4-year integrated B.Ed offers by such multidisciplinary higher education institutions by 2020 and minimum degree qualification for the school teachers. This will be there. In the meantime, we have 8 years left. In the meantime, we can exhaust each and every person. Those who want to come into the teaching profession will have to essentially go for a 2 years B.Ed program so that they can have certain kind of degree with them that they can teach it in it. So higher education institutions offering teacher education program will ensure the ability of a range of experts in education and related disciplines as well as specialized subjects. Each higher education institution will have a network of government and private schools to work closely with their potential teachers, with student teachers, and along with the participants of the various kind of activities such as community services or adult or vocational education kind of services. So in order to maintain uniform standards for teacher education, the admission to pre-service teacher preparation program shall be through suitable subjects and aptitude test conducted by the National Testing Agency and shall be standardized, keeping in view the linguistic and cultural diversity of the activities. So faculty with training in areas of social sciences that are directly relevant to the school education, like psychology, child development, linguistics, sociology, philosophy, economics, and political sciences, and many other science subjects, as well as mathematics education. It emphasized specifically on mathematics education to develop the creativity and critical thinking in the various areas in a very systematic manner. So all the in-service continuous professional development programs for colleges and university teachers will be continuing through the existing institutional arrangements and ongoing initiatives. There are various other platforms through which we can teach our students through Swayam, through Diksha, through each EPG Pathshala. And there is one national mission for mentoring that shall establish with a large pool of outstanding senior or retired faculty who can teach or who can be the mentor of the students or the student teachers. So these are the basic areas where we need to discuss. Now, as per the area or the topic, it says that the pros and cons of the integrated teacher education program. So what are the benefits and what are the difficulties? So benefits, certainly we will have. These are the difficulties where the issues comes and we need to address these issues. One by one we will read it. It is some 2-3 are in number. In present education system, 5 year is required to get a B.Ed degree, but in teacher education program, it saves 1 year valuable time and money of everyone, not only the students, but also for the institution also. Then after completion of integrated teacher education program, students are eligible to get admission for post-graduation courses in respective subjects in the university. Then integrated teacher education programs, high quality teachers in the major and pedagogical subjects. Student will get admission through national level aptitude test. It helps students to get the seats in government quotas. Integrated teacher education program students will get dual liberal bachelor degree in education and in specialized subject such as history, mathematics, computer science, economics, music. And students' learning will be evaluated through continuous assessment pattern via seminar, tests, and student will learn science, arts along with the education. So teacher educator can give his complete focus towards students' learning because of a small number of students. And moderation board will monitor the quality of teacher education institutions. Publication, field action of faculty will be encouraged. Educational institution shall charge the fee as prescribed by the state government. And in ITEP provides a good infrastructure facility to learners like library and laboratory and many more things. So teacher education institution will conduct a community service, वो अभी भी कर रहे हैं, adult education, vocational education and community living camp with the help of school complexes. And here are some challenges which we need to address. A long duration of program not supporting the girls study, they get married. So maybe when finally it comes into force, then we will think over it that how these students be supported after getting married. Then most of the faculty in B.Ed colleges have got their master's degree through distance education mode, and they have not skilled full to teach in the multidisciplinary institutions. So then again there is a difficulty. Then sports, cultural activities did not given much importance in ITEP program, but it seems to be that it has not given, but actually it is very much there, which you cannot see in a direct form, but indirectly it is very much there. So some colleges giving internal marks on the basis of I think no, this is not the appropriate one. So many colleges have not proper computer, media, internet, photocopying facilities. So these are the challenges like which we have already discussed about at the very beginning, that there are some of the challenges like to establish infrastructure and to establish the human resource management. And human resource is fully equipped with the knowledge which is actually required to impart in this integrated teacher education program. So availability of the human resources is very essential in a multidisciplinary system, and the availability of that kind of resources which is being expected, the kind of knowledge which we need to give. So with these words, I think the time is over. With these words, I would really would like to thanks to each and everyone. Anyone is would like to ask any question in this regard or can discuss, because this is not a matter of asking only the questions, but you can discuss also if anything in addition to it you would like to share on this platform where more than many of the participants has joined, a big number of participants has
Yes,
joined.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we have some questions. I will ask from the participant side, and then we will open for the discussion. One of the participant asked like how this ITEP is different from the integrated program, BSc, B.Ed, BA, B.Ed that are already running in RIEs and some other institutions.
Yeah, this is the first question which came into my mind also, that this may be asked by the participants. This integrated teacher education program which is running here, there is no exit system. The person has to, those who have taken admission in integrated teacher education program BSc B.Ed where the RIs are running and some of the private institutions are also running the same course, there is no exit system, means after that they may not be, after 3 years if they don't want to become a teacher or they want to move out from there, they cannot move out and their degree will not be completed. But in this integrated teacher education program, if you would like to exit, then you can certainly exit and go for a master's program and then again rejoin for the fourth year if you would like.
So I hope you got your answer, because it is different in context of, because an NEP 2020 exit entry, this mode is always is applicable in ITEP also. So in that context, it is different. And ma'am, another participant asked a question: how these students will get by which test they will get admission in this ITEP course? Is there any national level test, and which body will conduct that test?
Government has now announced from this very session that every central university will have a common entrance test which is being conducted by NTA, that is National Testing Agency. So I think the Mizoram University is a central university.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you will also be having this time this common entrance test which is being conducted by NTA. So the same process will be for integrated teacher education program.
So one of the participants asked, ma'am, if this in this integrated teacher education program, when students will go for internship, so will they get like remuneration for their internship? Is there any scope for that?
Yeah, this is a good question. And this is a question of concern. Every teacher is very sensitive and they really would like to facilitate the students and to send their students at the particular place where they will get their remuneration. And the voices of the teacher goes to the government. And I not know about the entire country, but Haryana government is now going to take a step for the government colleges, for the government schools, that if you will have any intern student, because now internship is of 6 months, 4 months and 2 months, aisa karke hai kuch. So now internship is of for 1 semester complete, so they will get certainly a kind of remuneration from it. It will be announced from the side of the Haryana government, and they are working in this area, and certainly by the very next session, at least in Haryana, the people will be getting. And if one state will adopt something, then another state will adopt, then the third state will adopt, and the move will adopt it by the entire country.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, we have very large number of questions, so I'll ask one by one. Rahul is asking, there are several curriculum differences among various institutes offering this program. What needs to be done to universalize it?
Every time the head of the institution has to visualize the things at a national level. Every time the draft curriculum is there at a NCTE or at the UGC. If it is a liberal course, then UGC gives the draft curriculum. If it is an NCT, then NCT gives it a draft curriculum. Draft curriculum is a complete curriculum. You can adopt the draft curriculum in total as it is. Apart from that, you get a kind of freedom, you means the university get a kind of freedom that 10% they can delete and 10% they can add, or 10% they can change it as per the need and requirement of their state level society or community. So state specific concern is there, and therefore the 10% addition and deletion is there. So this is the duty or responsibility of head of the department to adopt the same syllabus which is being drafted by the regulating body, that is NCTE, or for the liberal courses. In terms of integrated teacher education program, we will be having liberal courses also. So we have to take the syllabus of UGC, the draft curriculum of the UGC. And now the UGC has announced learning outcome based curriculum. So this learning outcome based curriculum we have already adopted. We have hosted on our website also, and the entire university has hosted. So it is aligned with the university vision and mission. See, my university is in some tribal areas. So my first vision is to the upliftment of the tribal community of that particular area. So to upliftment of the tribal community of that area, that certain kind of component must be incorporated. Being it is a central university, the students are from all of the country, but for the upliftment of the tribal community, we need to incorporate certain components. So this 10% freedom is always there.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. And one question asked by Nithala Pal Rebecca. Is there any weightage given to ITEP program in government teacher jobs? If so, how the existing teachers will be equalized in terms of knowledge and gaps, etc.?
Nothing has happened. Say, suppose I'm applying for a course and I have done my for a job, or my colleagues are applying in some job. Colleagues means those who are of the age of 35 or 40 or 50 years. They are applying for certain kind of job, like for assistant professor. And there is a criteria. If you have earned, if you have secured 50 to 60% marks, you will get this. And if you have got 60 to 70 marks, then you will be getting this percent weightage. And the student who has done his graduation in the year 2019 or 2017, then certainly they will be at a higher side. But we compare everyone at the same pace, and that is why the interview system is there. And through interview, we can judge that whether the person is suitable for that particular job or not. That particular job. But at that point of time, the old B.Ed, 1 year B.Ed is equal to the 2 year B.Ed is equal to this integrated teacher education program. So all kind of B.Ed for the job purpose at that particular point of time is equal. We need not to say that it is not equal. Say you are applying, you need not to go for a graduation program and then the B.Ed program. So your marks will be clubbed at both the stages. So there must be some criteria in the form while you are appearing for any kind of job. Apart from that, there is an eligibility area like UGC NET or CTET or state level teacher eligibility test, whatever it is. So these eligibility after completion of these, after clearing of these eligibility tests, then only you are able to apply for that particular job. So every time you cannot compare with the previous people that they will not be getting the weightage now because the teacher education program is coming into existence. SNA.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, Dr. Shweta Dwivedi is asking, will the ITEP graduates have equal chance with other graduates to join PG courses?
Yes, definitely. They all are equal.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Next, Dr. Shailendra Kumar Upadhyay, how it is possible to run 1 year, 2 year B.Ed program along with 4 year ITEP according to NEP 2020?
If you could repeat the question.
Yes, ma'am. How it possible to run 1 year, 2 year B.Ed program along with 4 year this teacher education program?
Yeah, it is very simple to run 1 year and 2 year because we are equipped with running the 1 year and 2 year B.Ed program. I have done my graduation. I want to do B.Ed. So why to go for a 1 year? Why to go for again the 4-year program? So we will go for a 1 year or a 2 year program. Those who have done masters also, see, I have done graduation. I want to do B.Ed. Then I have to go for a 2 years B.Ed program. I have done my masters also. I want to do a B.Ed. Then I will go for a 1 year B.Ed program. I have not done masters even. I have done only the class 12th and I want to be a teacher. Then I will go for a 4 years B.Ed program. This
Okay, means
integrated teacher
lot
education.
of possibilities will be open for the students, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, next question is, NEP 2020 would like to explore tribal and indigenous medications. Government of India has not tried to provide infrastructures.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest challenge.
Yeah.
And certainly government of India will provide the infrastructure. Government is continuously doing and working on it. In this budget also you could see that some enhanced amount is being sanctioned to the education sector. So certainly government of India will do. It is not a one night job, and it will not happen even if the money is sanctioned. You know, the 14 central universities is being established in the year 2009, and the very few of the university has their now own infrastructure. Kashmir University, Central University Kashmir, Central University Jammu, they didn't even able to build even some 3 or 4 academic blocks. They are not able to prepare that. Even if they got the money, they got the land, but there are so many challenges. So even if the government is giving money, suppose the government is giving money to Dr. Pooja Walia, so Pooja Walia will think of how to do what to do this money and how to spend this money. What are the possibilities? What are the ways? What are the proper channel? And a person will so depressed after taking the money, and then some people are so good that they can spend the money in a very meticulously manner. If they found any problem, they go to the ministry, they ask it, they take they take the guidance from the ministry people who has sanctioned the money, that how to spend this money, because the procedure of spending the money is very essential, to know the procedure of spending the money. Many of the people know the money, but they have a fear that maybe they will do some mistake, because it is not a matter of 10,000 or 10 lakh rupees. It is a matter of 1,000 crores. So government of India is providing the money, and certainly we will have certain, you can see that many of the universities, sports universities established, digital universities established, one kya naam hai uska, open universities are established. Many this kind of universities are going to establish now. So indigenous medication courses will be established at the initial stage, and then a kind of a university will establish.
Okay, ma'am. One more question. Antaryami Hisaria is asking, do you think it is more costly for students at the name of 4-year professional courses as compared to traditional BSc, BA or B.Ed?
It will not be very costly. Initially, it will be taken up by the government, and government will take the money, which is fees, which is not very at the very higher side. But of course, the private institutions are taking the fee. Again, there is a question that why the private institutions are taking the money, because they are in the self-financing mode and they have to sustain with that fees only, and the government institutions do not sustain only on the fees. Apart from that, you come into the merit and take the government seat.
Okay, ma'am. So I think we have taken a lot of questions, and all the questions you have addressed in a very effective manner, and all the questions are addressed. So thank you so much, ma'am, for addressing all the questions, and you have given a comprehensive lecture on this ITEP, and you have talked about the knowledge of India, and you have elaborated all the points, 10 points related to NEP 2020, because this ITEP is one of the initiative in line of NEP 2020, and all the things related to modification paradigm shifts is needed and in the curriculum framework also. So you have talked about the qualitative change in process of teacher education program, and ITEP is one of the initiative in that context. So we are very thankful, and I hope all the participants are very enlightened with your talk. Now I invite our another coordinator of this program, Sir Amoya, for formal vote of thanks. Sir, please.
Now it's the problem from my side or the problem from computer center. I don't know. It's just connection. I hope you can hear me. It is a very great day that we have a lot of beautiful people who are academically sound. We come together to share the same interests as I am to propose a vote of thanks. And I am grateful to my co-worker, Madam Pujawale, for giving me this opportunity. Okay, Madam Ji.
Thank you, sir.
And to make a vote of thanks shorter, let me jump right to the point. I'm afraid that there will be a connection problem again.
Yes.
We share our thankful heart to our Honorable Speaker, Professor Sarika Sharma, Head Department of Education, the Central University of Haryana, for sparing her valuable time for our humble program and to our request. And those speeches gives us great insight, and they will surely bear good fruits for all. And I would also like to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor K.R.S. Sambasivarao, for supporting us in all areas where we need support the most. And many thanks also goes to respected Azadi, Professor Malsomi, and all of our colleagues from our department who are fellow teachers in our department, and officers from the computer centers who are helping us this much and will help us make this program a success. And lastly, and most importantly, I'm showering a million thanks to all the participants, and as they make this program impactful and give colors to the program. And with thanks to all of other people whom we miss out to thank to, I end my vote of thanks. And my name is Naramoy Totsong, Assistant Professor, Department of Education, MZU, co-coordinator of this webinar. Thank you all. Thank you so much. And thank you especially to you, Madam Puja. Okay. And thank you, Madam, the speaker. It was very interesting to hear what you have said. Thank you, Madam.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for formal vote of thanks. So we are going to end this program, ma'am, and we are very thankful and grateful to you for inviting our invitation and spare time and give your lecture in a very explanatory and a very simple way. A lot of examples you have given in between. It's like a very simple way all the participants could understand, and they have given a lot of appreciation in the chat box. And thank you so much, ma'am. And I am thankful to all the participants also who's joined us, and our HOD ma'am and my another coordinator. Thank you so much. And special thanks to ICT team, Mr. Suraj, who have been continuously with us for make it successful. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much once again. Thank you so much.